Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us this morning. I have Dr. Lindsay Davis from Bay Radiology Associates here to talk about Breast Cancer Awareness Month and what you should know to stay healthy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you are a radiologist, but you have a certain specialty, don't you?
I do. I specialize in breast imaging.
And how important is that? I mean, you hear about, I think I know a lot of people who know someone who's had some sort of episode with breast cancer. It's pretty prevalent, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's very prevalent. And like you said, most people have a friend or a mother or sister or wife, someone who's been affected by breast cancer. Each woman in America has a 1 in 8 chance of developing breast cancer in their lifetime, which is very prevalent. And every year, hundreds of thousands of women are diagnosed with breast cancer.
Now, are all breast cancers the same, or some are more treatable than others, or how does all that work?
There are a lot of differences, and with more technology now, we know a lot more about breast cancer types. But what we know is that the earlier you find a breast cancer, no matter what type it is, the more effective the treatment is.
I guess early detection is really key.
Absolutely.
To dealing with something like that, isn't it?
Absolutely, because the earlier we find a cancer, the smaller it is and the more effective the treatments are.
Now, I have a little bit of experience in this because I married a girl, so I know how all that works. And it's really an obnoxious test, isn't it? You got to, yeah.
It can be. I mean, so it's really not that bad. What it entails is a few seconds of compression. What a mammogram is an X-ray of the breast, and to get a really nice picture, to be able to see the breast tissue properly, there is some compression involved. So the breast tissue is spread out on a plate and the X-ray is taken, and that allows us to spread out all the normal tissue and detect any tumors or lumps.
How often should otherwise healthy women do this? How often should women go in and get a mammogram?
That's a great question. So our recommendation is that starting at age 40, if you're otherwise healthy and having no problems, you have a mammogram once a year.
So just once a year, get it checked out, get in, get out, nobody gets hurt.
That's right.
And you're good to go. So I suppose you've probably saved some lives along the way, haven't you?
We like to think so. I mean, mammography came into favor in the 1970s, and many studies have shown it to save lots of lives because we find cancers before they're otherwise detectable, before they cause problems, before you could find them in any other way.
Are there other things that women can do? I mean, like self-exams, things like that, to maybe in between if they suspect something?
Absolutely. And that's very important to be very aware of your body and to report any changes to your doctor immediately so that they can be checked out. No one test is perfect, and so we use the mammogram, self-breast exam, and clinical breast exam by your doctor all in conjunction, to make sure that we can find every breast cancer as early as possible.
And I've interviewed a few doctors on the show, and no matter what the malady may be, just having an awareness of your body is key to almost everything.
Absolutely. You know your body better than anyone else, and so, often patients detect an abnormality, very early, and we want that to come to light and to come.
Yeah, if there's something unusual going on, you do need to get a professional look at it.
Absolutely.
We have to run off to the local weather, but after that, let's talk about what you're doing, and let's talk about breast cancer awareness and all the other good stuff that you're doing to keep women healthy. And we'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Dr. Lindsay Davis from Bay Radiology Associates and the Women's Imaging Clinic. So you work at the Women's Imaging Clinic, so that sounds like a real niche in radiology.
It is. At the Women's Imaging Center on 23rd Street, we specialize in...
Women's Imaging Center, I got that wrong. Okay.
No, that's okay. So as the name implies, we specialize in women's imaging tests, and we predominantly focus on mammography, so screening mammograms, diagnostic mammograms, and then the tests that come from that. So breast ultrasounds, if women need that. We do breast biopsies there under ultrasound. And we also do specialized breast MRI. We have a dedicated MRI unit that we use only for breast exams, which is kind of a unique feature.
And you're also, and I've got to throw this in, the Pink Premier sponsor for Making Strides Against Breast Cancer.
We are, and we're very proud of that.
Yeah.
That's a very important community event that helps get a lot of women involved in the community and raises a lot of awareness for breast cancer, which is our goal.
Yeah, and how do people find out if they wanted to help out with Making Strides Against Breast Cancer? Can we just go to your Facebook page and find out more about that?
You can. We have information on the Facebook page, and then the American Cancer Society Making Strides website also has more information about how you can get involved in sign up. There's a walk at the end of the month. that will be a fun way for everybody to sort of show their support for breast cancer.
And where is this walk going to be?
It is out at the beach.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but we can find out. All the information's out there. And if I go to Facebook, am I looking for a women's imaging center, or am I looking for the Bay Radiology?
It's Bay Radiology.
Bay Radiology on Facebook. We'll find out all about making strides.
Absolutely.
But your recommendation is for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which we are in right now.
Absolutely.
Is to go get that checked.
Yes. If you've not had your mammogram this year, it's time. Come see us, and we'd be happy to do the screening mammogram and make sure that everybody gets on a nice, good screening schedule because we want to keep women healthy.
Yeah, of course you do. Now, do you find that I find that guys neglect their health more than ladies? I think women are probably a little more aware. I don't remember the last time I made a doctor's appointment for myself because I've got a woman in my life who does all that for me. Are women generally on top of this stuff?
They are, but what we would like to see 100% compliance. I would like to see every woman in America either, if they're of age to have a mammogram, having their mammogram, but even before that, seeing their doctor on a regular basis, making sure that they're getting, all of their health screening, but in particular this month in October, we focus on breast screening, getting a physical exam by their doctor, and then getting their mammogram.
Yeah, and I know there are some medical procedures and there are some testings and stuff that people just find, a little icky or maybe a little embarrassing and all, but there's no reason for that, is there?
No, it's very important. And usually what, ladies say is, oh, it wasn't so bad. There's a little bit of anxiety leading up to, any medical test or procedure. But once you have it done, you feel a lot better knowing that you're doing all the right things to keep yourself healthy for yourself and your family.
And it could save your life, literally.
Absolutely.
So, Women's Imaging Clinic, Bay Radiology, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you're a pink premier sponsor of Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. Doctor, thank you so much for coming on the show and getting us smart on this. And we'll learn more about you, I'm sure, when we go to your Facebook page.
Yep.
And let's get out and walk for that. We'll be right back after your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hi, this is David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Today we're going to be talking about brakes. It's a great thing when your car runs right, but it means very little if you cannot stop. If you're maintaining your vehicle on a regular basis, you're rotating your tires every 6,000 miles. A good service technician, when rotating the tires, will be inspecting the brake system. They'll be looking at your brake pads, your brake calipers, your brake hoses, and your brake rotors. It's up to that technician to come back out and tell you, the customer, that you're getting close to needing a brake jobs. Brake jobs are a very simple process. A sign you can tell by yourself if you're going to need a brake job is a vibration. You get a vibration in the steering wheel, or you get a vibration back in the seat when you're applying your brake pedal. What this is your brake pads are closing in on your brake rotors, and your brake rotors are getting warped. They're warping left, they're warping right, getting high and low spots. And when you press your brakes, it creates a vibration which you feel back into your steering wheel and back in your seat. You'll know you need a brake job when you hear a high-pitched squealing noise coming when you're braking. Now that squealing noise will come when you're pressing your brakes, and sometimes you'll hear that squealing noise when you're just driving down the road. What that is on the brake pad, there's a little tab, and it's a hardened metal, and it makes contact to the rotor. When it makes contact to the rotor, it emits a high-pitched squeal. That's your car telling you you need a brake job. And when you hear that noise, get your car to a shop as soon as possible, because a simple brake job is going to turn into an expensive brake job before you know it. I'm David Lovett, and this has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hey folks, this is Joshua Brown with Mad Hatter on 23rd Street. Is your check engine light on? If it is, text MADHAT28, that's MADHAT28, to 24247, and we'll check it for free.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Pamela Elliott from Elliott Vocal Studios and Talent Agency, right here in your business here on 23rd Street.
Yes, right
Pamela,
here.
you've been a regular on the show since we started the show.
Yeah.
And we've had this long parade of talent that has come through my show from your studios.
That's right.
And it never stops. I guess
They just keep coming.
They keep coming. We have a lot of talent.
We do.
And not just in Bay County, from all over Northwest Florida,
Yeah.
they come here to learn.
We actually have students come from Apalachicola, Port St. Joe, the 30A, Destin, all the way back up even the other way, about 100 miles. So, and then of course locally and the beach and everything. So we get a lot of students that come in. We're really honored that they see the value here.
It's just incredible talent. Just to name a few, we had Serena, right?
Yeah, Serena Ortega.
James
15-year-old.
Austin.
Yes.
He was on.
Awesome. Yeah, he's from Port St. Joe.
Yeah. We had William and Evil
Yes.
last week. They were awesome too.
And they're from up in Bonifay.
Yeah. And then we had little Cy Cassiano, 9 years old, singing Bruno Mars songs and
I
stuff.
know, he's awesome.
And you've got all this talent from all over Northwest Florida. And
Yeah.
you know, Elliott Vocals has turned into this little mecca of talent here in Northwest Florida. It's
Yes.
just amazing.
It's, it's amazing that the talent that is here in Panama City and the surrounding areas, it just blows me away.
You know, and I think they come here not only because you're talented and you've got great teachers here and all that stuff, but you're a fully equipped recording studio here too, right?
Yes, we do have a fully equipped recording studio. It's state of the art. It's super nice, and we have a fantastic engineer named Casey.
Mm-hmm. I met Casey, the engineer. He's a little camera shy, but
Yeah, he's shy, but he's really good at what
but
he
he
does.
knows how to work that board,
Yeah.
which looks like the bridge of the Starship Enterprise. I don't know how he keeps it straight.
I don't touch it.
Yeah,
That's his job.
yeah, but it's an impressive studio.
Yes, it is. And we do all kinds of things in there. We do demos for people, singing demos, and we also do audio books and demos for voiceovers and different things like that,
So
too.
you record audio books, you do like books on tape here as well?
Absolutely.
So if you're an
Yes.
author and you want to get your books on tape, you can come right to you and one-stop shopping will
You
wrap
sure
it up for
can.
you.
And if you need talent to read your book,
Mm-hmm.
Elliott Talent Agency has some great people in
Some
it.
great voices out there.
Voiceover talent, and also people that actually read books.
Yeah, that's amazing
what they do,
stuff. So you really do it all here. Now, you have any really standouts, any real success stories, or are they all winners in your book?
I think that my biggest success story is Scott Hoying with Pentatonics. Years ago, he was one of my students, and he was also in our Radio Disney Superstar group that I did for years. And he performed hundreds and hundreds of shows with us. And now, of course, he's the tall, blonde-headed guy in Pentatonics. And a lot of y'all know who they are. And they're going to be actually on Pitch Perfect 2. So they're doing really, really well.
So he was one of your students, and now he's big time.
And they're up for a Grammy and all kinds of stuff. It's just amazing.
And it all starts from humble beginnings. It
Yes.
starts like, you come as a kid, you learn all the techniques that you need to know, and then you learn a little bit about the business with the talent agency.
That's right.
And you're off to the races.
Yeah. The one thing that he did was God's Country Kids, and we also do God's Country Kids here in Panama City, and that started back in 1996. That is where he started singing in nursing homes, retirement homes, hospitals, children's homes, and I think that's something that's so important to give back to the community. And I think what goes around comes around. So,
Isn't that the truth? I mean,
Yeah.
you pass it forward, and it all comes back to you.
It sure
And now
does.
he's big time up for a
He's
Grammy.
superstar.
Yeah, superstar, and started singing in nursing homes.
yes,
Who would have thought that?
that's right.
That's
So did
amazing.
Casey Musgraves. She was
Yeah.
she was in God's Country Kids too. Started singing in the nursing homes and retirement centers with us, which is really cool. I wasn't her voice teacher, but I'm honored that she was in God's Country Kids. So you just never know.
So you may have, somebody that you've seen on the Don Show from Elliott Vocals may wind up winning a Grammy someday. You never know.
That's right.
Just stay
You don't
tuned.
ever know. We've
That-
had them on The Voice and Idol and all kinds of stuff. So,
Now, if somebody wants to have some lessons or they want to get in touch with you, how do we do that?
well, you can call 215-6050
Mm-hmm.
and call
Of
and
course,
make
you're
an
on
appointment.
Facebook. You got a
We're on
web page and all that stuff.
Facebook, and you can go to ElliottVocalStudios.com.
ElliottVocalStudios.com. Pamela Elliott, thank you so much for letting us into your studio, and thanks for sharing all the great talent that you have here
You're so
with the
welcome.
Waking Up with Don show and on Fox 28.
Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate you.
All right, and we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. Thanks for sticking with us. I've got an old friend here in the studio, John Shepard. You may remember him from Toys for Tots in a previous episode of this show, but he's also a local business owner, and he really knows how to. He's an interesting guy. Let's talk. Let's meet him. John, we had you on for Toys for Tots. You're a Naval Academy graduate, and now you're somehow a local businessman.
Right.
How does that happen from being in the Navy to landing here and
in the Marine Corps.
In the Marine Corps, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. No.
In the Marine Corps, I won't make that mistake again.
Well, I grew up in Panama City.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm a Bay High graduate, a Gulf Coast graduate, went to the Naval Academy.
I didn't know you went to Bay High.
Yeah, I went to Bay High.
My son went there too. Yeah.
Okay, class of '92, and then I went to Gulf Coast and actually graduated there before I redid everything at the Naval Academy. But my folks actually started Carpet One Floor and Home back like about 30 years ago.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Cliff and Cheryl Whitaker, that's my mom and stepdad, and back then it was called Carpet Brokers.
Okay.
Still called Carpet Brokers, but we're part of a co-op called Carpet One.
Carpet One. All right. And then you're located on 23rd Street, right?
23rd Street, right near the intersection with Beck Avenue.
And how's business going? I mean, you've managed to be there for 30 years, I suppose. So I guess it must be good.
It's pretty strong right now. We got a lot of people redoing their homes, and ever since the oil spill, things have been kind of coming back.
Yeah, and it's not just carpet. I mean, you've got all kinds of flooring here that almost looks like backsplash. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is really interesting. And if you don't mind, I'm going to kind of...
Sure.
What am I looking at? I thought that was cork when I first saw it, but what is that?
These are actually little saplings. And, or the branches off the tree where they actually make the hardwood. So instead of, like, throwing it all away, they make a mosaic out of it. You put it on a wall or a ceiling.
Yeah, that's pretty green of you. I mean, to use that. I mean,
there you go.
Otherwise, it'd be mulch in somebody's yard.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then we've got this, if you want to do something a little more modern, I suppose.
Stainless steel. Put this on a friend of mine's backsplash in their home at Bay Point. Good stuff.
Very nice, yeah. And stainless steel's a big deal now for kitchens anyway.
Yeah, it is.
I just never thought of a stainless steel backsplash. And of course, this is real popular, all this glass stuff here.
Yeah, everything with glass, little seashells down in there. And this is just a smattering of what we have.
Yeah, so you have a giant selection of backsplash, tile, flooring, and some other systems as well.
Yeah.
And now, I got to talk to the elephant in the room here. What is this?
Okay, this looks like tile. It's actually a limestone composite. It's more of like a resilient type floor, so it's softer, more durable than the average resilient floor. It's actually grouted for real. You can use patterns. They also have modular patterns. So the key benefits, easy maintenance with none of the cracking.
Well, that's amazing stuff. Now, there was some heating systems and stuff like that that can be incorporated into a floor. We've got to run off to a break now. Okay. But on the other side of that, maybe you can explain to me how that works and maybe show me what you got.
I'll do that.
And we'll be right back with John Shepard after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with local businessman, Naval Academy graduate, Marine Corps officer,
there you go.
and Bay County chairman for Toys for Tots, John Shepard. And John owns Carpet One here in town, and it's been here for 30 years. You're a native son of Bay County.
Yep.
Went to Bay High, the whole deal.
That's right.
Yeah, that's great school. My son went there as well. And you've got all these different floor systems. And before the break, we talked about this thing. I mean, it doesn't look like much right now, but what is this and what does it do?
Well, this green mesh actually would lay out on the floor, and you can't see it, but there's a blue heating element in there. And it's woven in. You lay it out on the floor, you put your thin set over the top of it. This black part actually is on the outside. It's actually attached to the outside. You run it also.
So it's a floor heating system is what it is.
It's a floor heating system.
It's an electric floor heating system, so you put this in under your floor.
That's right. Programmable thermostat. You can set it to go off at a certain hour. Like if you know you're going to be in your bathroom between 6 and 7, it'll come on at 5:30.
Is this something a homeowner can do themselves?
This is absolutely a do-it-yourself project, except for hooking the electrical system to your grid.
Yeah.
You got to get an electrician.
Okay, but other than that, if you can lay a tile floor, you can put this underneath.
That's right.
So you just like push this down into the thin set, and you're off to the races.
Exactly. It's easy.
Ah, that's cool. Now, where would you put this? This doesn't look very big.
Yeah,
how do you heat a whole floor with
that's
something
the thing.
this small?
I mean, it's completely customizable. So they're as small as 9 square feet. So if you just want one little area in front of your sink, when you brush your teeth in the morning, I mean,
keep
you
your
can
feet warm there.
That's right.
Or outside your shower, you step out of the shower onto a warm floor.
That's right.
And you've got a little thermostat to kind of regulate
a little
that.
programmable thermostat, so it doesn't have to run all day. You can set it to, it'll come on before you need it, so it'll be warm when you need it, and then it'll go off when.
So you get up in the morning, 6 o'clock. You're in the shower by 6:30. That thing's already warming up your floor for you, and you step out onto a warm bathroom floor after your morning shower.
15 cents a day is all it costs.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's a pretty cool thing. I guess there's a lot of innovations in flooring now, aren't there? And I see this thing here, and you call this the secret sauce.
Yeah, this is a secret sauce.
Yeah,
this is our Health and X Plus. When we go into a home, we'll actually vacuum it before we take the old carpet out. Take the old carpet out, vacuum the floor, spray this on the floor. It kills any kind of mold, viruses, bacteria.
Anybody who's replaced carpet or torn up carpet, like I did in my old house, we pulled up carpet, and we were very clean people, we thought, until we pulled that carpet up, and we saw all that sand.
Yes.
I was like, where did all that come? And then you can only imagine what the heck is living in there.
Yeah, this kills it.
So that kills anything.
That kills it.
Yeah, so whenever you tear up a carpet, you clean it first?
Using our Healthier Living installation system, we do that.
Well, John Shepard from Carpet One and Toys for Tots and Naval Academy in Bay High and native son of Panama City, thank you so much for coming on the show and getting us smart about flooring. And if people want to learn more about flooring systems, where can they go?
Go to our Facebook page or go to our carpet1panamacity.com. That's the best place to go.
Carpet1panamacity.com. We're going to have to let that be the last word. Thank you, my friend, for coming back
Appreciate
on the
it, man.
show.
Thanks, Don.
And we'll see you next time.